Marmalade Network's Community Spotlight for this week is Samuel Arnold III, a young professional fighter, also known as S3, that has been dominating as he's been moving up the ranks on a steadfast mission to capture a world title. He allowed us behind the scenes as we delve in with Mr. Keith Robinson.
I'm Keith Robinson, reporting for the Marmalade Network. And I am in the home of a 7-time amateur champion, undefeated at 13-0 in the TCL. The one, the only, Samuel Arnold III, yes, better known as S3.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you ingratiating us into your home, brother.
Appreciate y'all for having me on y'all platform.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now, before we get started, Squirm.
Yeah.
What's that about?
This a nickname like that my family called me because when I was younger and like a baby, I used to move around a lot. There's something that they still call me now, but like if you really know me or you've been knowing me for years, that's what you're gonna call me. You know, most people that know me from boxing or from school will call me Sam or Samuel, or they call me S3. But yeah, like that's like my name. Like really, to my family, that's like my real name. Like everybody calls me that.
I understand because you know I'm from a small town and I have a nickname,
Right.
And only the people from my hometown and the family call me that. So
Right,
I get
yeah.
it's an intimate nickname.
Yes,
The
sir.
people closest to you know.
Yes, sir.
I get it.
Yes,
Get
sir.
it. That's good, man. So a lot of times boxers, a lot of their stories are, hey man, boxing saved their life. They
Right.
were about to get in trouble and someone took them under their wing and took them to a gym and they fell in love. Now, from what I understand, that's not your story.
No, not completely, but it's kind of like that a little bit. I always had like a 2-parent household and everything like that, but I mean, I come from humble beginnings like everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Regular. I ain't never had like a rich family or nothing like that. Just like a regular life, pretty much. You know, I done lived in some good places. I done lived in some bad places.
Right.
For the most part, just the hard work my parents instilled in me at a young age is what got me so far, and just faith in God for real.
Understood.
So,
Understood.
Yes,
Overstood.
yes, sir.
So, but now also you grew up in the culture of it. Your uncles, cousins, and your dad / trainer.
Right.
Your dad wasn't actually a boxer, right?
Yeah, he was. He wasn't a professional boxer, but he
Okay.
was a boxer, and he trained boxing as well. In St. Louis, boxing just culture. You know, everybody box. I had a lot of boy cousins, and I got a younger brother, so all of us used to box each other friends, and stuff like that.
Right. So you just came up in it.
I mean, we didn't have a choice. At first, when we was young, we had to play football, box, run track, do it. We had to at least do everything for a season, and boxing was one of the mandatory things. No season, so y'all gonna box. Whenever y'all get done playing football, some gloves, y'all gonna box. Y'all got a problem, y'all gonna box. You know, we gonna
came up in that idle mind as a devil's workshop.
Exactly.
Keep you busy.
Yes,
Keep
sir.
you busy. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Now, you were talking about St. Louis. You were born in St. Louis, correct?
Yeah.
But your family migrated to Texas.
Yeah.
Is that right? So when did y'all get to Texas?
Well, I've been visiting Dallas for years. Since I was younger, I'd say towards like the end of like elementary, I think. Like the end of elementary school, I moved to Texas. I started in St. Louis, started boxing. At first, we was actually living with my cousin Killer for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We was living with my cousin Killer. He had us. We was staying at his house. You know, that's where we first started until my parents had got their stuff together, and then we moved to a house, I think in Glen Heights or DeSoto.
Okay.
And then from there, it's been up. Up.
So you guys moved from St. Louis.
Yeah.
Probably because it had something to do with the crime.
Yeah, definitely. Just more just trying to reach a new level of life. Like my dad, he had 3-4 barbershops in St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? He did everything he could do there, and he just hit his cap. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just hit a stagnated point to where we had everything. Like, it wasn't nothing else for us in St. Louis, for real. And then it's just not the type of city that you can raise a family anywhere, but like, you know what I'm saying?
It's way
It's
more
different.
opportunity out
Yeah,
here. I
exactly.
get
So,
it. And
well,
then sometimes a change of environment is good
yeah,
anyway.
definitely, especially if you look like us. So,
There you go.
yeah,
I understand. I
right.
understand. So that makes me want to transition to this. You had a cousin that was killed.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Boogie.
yeah,
K Boogie.
yeah. Okay, well, yeah,
Tattoo on your arm.
yeah. My
Okay.
cousin. Yeah,
And I know that you're probably in some form or fashion doing this for him.
definitely. Like I said, when I say I had a lot of boy cousins, I'm talking about him and his three younger brothers. We all came up boxing together.
Right.
He he wasn't just like all the way just like a boxer, but you know what I'm saying, he came up in a boxing culture with us, and then it was just a hard loss because we always we had, we, even if we was in the community where all the stuff was going on, our parents always kept us on track and tried to keep us away
Right.
from that type of
Right.
stuff. And like out of all of us, I can honestly say, like, my cousin, he wasn't like Mr. Tough Guy or nothing like that. Like,
Right.
he wasn't like a person like me when I was a kid to have a whole million street fights and all that. He
Mm-hmm.
like the guy that everybody liked. He cool with everybody.
So you had a lot of fights coming
Yeah,
up.
yeah, definitely. That's another reason why I was boxing so young. But he really, the thing with my cousin, he was just too much of a good hearted person in a
Right.
place where you really can't be like that.
Right.
And
Right.
that
Right.
was like his demise for real. So
Took his kindness for
yeah,
weakness.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, man. Well, my condolences on that.
yeah,
But I can share this with you. Energy never dies.
right.
So we live to die and we die to live again.
Yes, sir.
And his spirit is here
Yes, sir.
in you.
Right,
So he's here.
right. Definitely,
Yes, sir.
definitely, definitely.
Yes, sir. So let's get to a little bit of the sport. As I said, you're undefeated as a pro.
Yeah.
And you turned pro at what, 17?
Yeah, so basically, really, I was finna be 18. It was March. My birthday is in April.
Right.
But me thinking marketing wise, I'm saying it's other young guys turning pro in Mexico. Of course, I'm national champion when we all amateur. I'm thinking like, man, these guys, the people they fight, I can knock them out better than they doing or
Right.
win in better fashion they doing. I'm like, no, don't wait. Just turn me pro as soon as y'all can. Like, so in 2 weeks, well, it was crazy because my cousin Malik and my friend Jake, they had we for the first time we ever went and fought an international fight
Mm-hmm.
to go to Mexico so they could have an amateur fight. So I was just there with them helping my dad and my coach Ruben, with them, whatever, warming them up and stuff. And I ended up coming back having my pro fight in 2 weeks after that. We didn't even have a training camp or nothing. Like, I just trained like 2 weeks.
Just meant to
Yeah, I
be
just
you
did.
and your purpose.
Yeah, and I fought a tough opponent, like national champion from Mexico and everything. So
And Mexican fighters are tough.
definitely, definitely.
Which makes me want to ask you, out of your 9 fights, which was your toughest, you think?
The first dude I fought, definitely.
The first fight.
Yeah, my first fight. The guy, he had 60 amateur fights. It was crazy. It was a crazy experience, man. It was a flooded locker room. Dude had loaded gloves. It was really all the odds against me, for real.
Wow, sounds like a movie.
Yeah, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, being a teenager, I didn't even graduate yet. So I'm still like in the kid mind. Like, I'm low key like
Right.
nervous than a mug. It's 3 o'clock in the morning over there, and I'm just now finna fight. I've been here since 6 in the afternoon, like warming up. So it's like everything.
Bad conditions.
Yeah, everything. Then,
So how'd you find out the gloves were loaded?
because I seen him another fighter fight, and he gave him his gloves.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Wow. And you still beat him.
yeah, still beat him, but I got a point took away, all type of stuff. I
Against
knocked
all odds.
Yeah, I even knocked him out, and they let him get up. It was crazy.
The first fight.
Yeah, first fight.
Well, at least you got it all over.
Right, exactly.
All the bad
exactly.
stuff. You got your experience now.
Right.
Speaking of experience, your upcoming fight in September, the 14th, I want to say, right?
Yep.
Against Oscar Cortez. Is that his name?
I believe so. I'm not sure yet, but we waiting on him still to sign his end. So
okay,
yeah,
okay. That just made me think. Tough Mexican fighter, and if I'm not mistaken, he's already had like 33 fights.
Yeah.
So he's got more experience than you.
Definitely.
What is your plan to offset the experience?
He might have more experience as far as fights. Well, he might have more fights than me, but as far as experience, I got experience in the gym with world champions. And I got a deep amateur background. So
Okay.
I'm young, but I got a lot of
But you
experience.
ready?
Like you saying,
Yeah.
like you said, like I started boxing young. Like I
Right,
was going to
right,
the gym
right.
at 5 years old. Lying and saying I was 7 and 8 to get in there. So I'm 21 now. That's longer than I've been in school. So
Right, right. So you have the
right,
confidence, which is the
definitely,
key.
exactly.
Okay, okay. So I'm just thinking you're getting ready for that fight, but we were talking earlier, and you said you're gonna have two more fights.
Yeah, before that.
Like tune-up fights, or is that what those are? Or are you just staying
Nah,
busy?
these are real opponents.
Okay.
No tune-ups, no nothing. These are real opponents. Guy I'm fighting next week, he not like no guy who ever been knocked out or anything. He only got 2 losses, 6 wins. From Ecuador, he the number one. He the number 4 uh guy at my weight in Ecuador. So
Okay.
these are not just like pushovers. It's just I'm on a mission. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Just
Right.
line them up. I'm gonna just beat them all. You
Line
know?
them up and knock them down.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I like I say, you don't lack confidence because when I asked you about those two fights, you're like, yeah, my plan is I'm 9-0. Next month I'll be 10-0. Next month I'll be 11-0.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Definitely.
you got to
That's
have
how
that,
it's gonna
right?
go. You
You
know.
yeah,
Yeah.
make it manifest, brother.
Yes,
Make
sir.
it manifest.
Yes, sir.
So let's swing to your trainer, your dad.
Mm.
So the first thing I wondered, and it's kind of funny to me, while y'all are training, I'm sure you know your son
Yeah.
and father, but when you hit that mat, I'm sure all that stops, right?
Kinda. But sometimes having a dad as a trainer can be. It's a blessing, definitely, because you always gonna be more comfortable with your family than
Right.
anybody.
And the trust factor is that you don't have to worry
100.
about what's going to happen. And
Exactly, 100%. He always looking out, but sometimes your dad can be overly worried about,
yeah,
oh, is this dangerous for my son and
right.
all of this type of stuff, instead of just being like, all right, man, I
And so you like,
believe
no,
in
man,
my
let me
son.
go. I got
Yeah,
it. I
like I
got it.
got it, man. Just yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he still see me as his son. You know what I'm saying? Even
Right.
though I'm developing to like a man now, he still see me as his son. So sometimes that can be it, and then you can be like, man, my dad just nagging. He just nagging,
Right.
but
Being a
he
dad.
could actually be telling me something that's good. Even though I'm always gonna listen to my dad, but sometimes when you're a son and you feel like you older and you develop in your own mind, you be like, nah, man, I don't want to hear that,
Right,
man.
right,
I
right.
know, I already know. I know myself. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, as a dad, man, I
right,
can tell you, we're wired to do it.
right,
We are not wired to sit back and watch you struggle. We
exactly.
want you to be efficient.
Yeah,
My son, 33,
yeah,
he'll tell you the same thing about me.
right,
I know you're a man, but if I've done it and I can prevent you from doing something,
yeah.
why not let me help you?
It's crazy. It sound just like yeah, this
That's
type of
because
stuff.
we have your best interest at heart.
Right,
You're going to learn the hard way or the easy way. Why not learn the easy way?
right,
You know? So, with that father son dynamic, I'm sure, like you were just saying, that sometimes, like, look, man, just be my manager,
right.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah. So, I would like to see. So now you're 21,
Yeah,
correct? Okay, and you forecasted, manifested the next 3 fights, from what I see, right?
yep.
And so, how often do you fight in a year?
Well, last year I did the Team Combat League, so that was the less I ever like. That was the least amount of fights I ever had in the year since I've been pro.
And that was
So,
13, right?
well, in the league, yeah, but real fights, boxing matches, I only had 2 last year. I'm
Okay,
9-0 as a pro so
right,
far.
right.
So I'll be 10-0 on the 22nd, but yeah, I only fought twice last year. The year before that, I believe I fought 4 times. The year before that, I fought 3 times. So I was much more active in
Right,
those years. But
right,
this
right.
year is going to be the most I ever fought in a year.
So far, this is what, June? How many fights have you had?
0 this year.
Mm-hmm.
It was a few things like I had a wreck. I was supposed to come back after my December fight. I was supposed to come back in March, so that would be 2 months for me to train, and I was gonna come back in March, then May. But basically, what happened was on the way to training for my March fight, I got into an 18-wheeler accident. 18-wheeler hit us, and so I
Wow.
had to just sit out for a little bit, let my body heal up, get back to training. Then I had another fight lined up for April, but the company that I was supposed to do the fight with was trying to lock me into a contract.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was a crazy contract. It was a crazy contract. I ain't gonna say the company, but if I told y'all who it was, though,
Right.
y'all definitely know. Like
Okay.
he had a big. I'm gonna just say he had a big one of the most popular boxers. He had a heavyweight in the '90s that
Mm-hmm.
everybody know.
Mm-hmm.
He had a video game. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
We with you.
yeah. So yeah, he had tried to give me a crazy contract. It was good money, but the contract was like, man, I can't even wear this logo without telling him if I do this, I owe him $5,000 out
Right.
of my
Right.
purse and
Right.
all this type of stuff. So you know, we got a lot of other things on the table, but I'm still independent right now. We just making moves. So we got
Yeah.
this fight lined
Right.
up, this date, and we just back on it. You know, so we on the hunt.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, you're definitely trending in the right direction.
yes,
You
sir.
know, I've done some research and I like what I see.
Yes,
You know,
sir.
so
Thank you.
we had to get this interview.
Thank you.
You know, because the way I feel, man, we get you now, man. You get with us now.
Right.
We'll be like, hey, man, when you're holding up that belt, we'll be like, man, we were at his home.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
100%.
100%.
Yes, sir.
100%. So, dad, mom,
Hmm.
still together?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Well, they got separate houses, but I mean, it's all good. Everybody still, you know,
Yeah,
work
yeah.
together as a
And I'm
family.
sure everybody's working together to make sure that you're
Yeah,
intact.
definitely.
That's what's up. That's what's
My
up.
my dad actually really living in Atlanta more than he does here.
Okay.
Yeah.
ATL.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is house here though.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. We'll love to talk to him at some point. You know,
Yeah,
that'd be
definitely,
great. That'd be great.
definitely.
Because I just love to pick his mind as a father first, you
Right.
know, because I'm sure he's very proud of you.
Yeah.
You know, very proud of you. And I just like to, anytime someone is building, creating, trying to get better, and I'm
Right.
sure that's what you do. You have to get better than you were yesterday, right?
Definitely.
In the sport,
Definitely.
right? So if I could ask you something right now, or if I asked you to look at the camera and tell the kids something, what would you tell them?
Man, I'll probably tell them something cliche like believe in God, listen to your parents. You know, it sound pretty cliche or something that you might hear from older people all the time, but you know, so I'm 21. I'm not. I was a kid not that long ago, and that's something that really took me this far. So definitely do that. A lot of people get eager for money at a young age
Mm-hmm.
and do a lot of dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? I had my times when I was a teenager, first turning pro, in between getting money or in between fights or whatever. I'll be have a little influence in things to go, but through my mind, but don't feed into that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Just keep God first. Uh, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Whatever you're doing, believe in yourself and take school serious. You know, even if you don't go all the way through or go to college or something, but while you K through 12, go all the way, make good grades. You know what I'm saying? Be social. Be everybody's friend. Treat people how you want to be treated for real. That's really why I never really had no problem with a lot of people. Like once I got older and more mature, and boxing really just made me a humble person.
Right,
For real.
right. No, I can get that. I
Yeah.
can get that. And so it sounds like you're just about, like you said, it's cliche, but it's actually just fundamentals.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, young people call it old fashioned,
Yeah,
but old fashioned always stays and it always works.
Definitely.
It's the new stuff that
Definitely.
gets you out there.
right.
So I'm with you. And youngsters, listen to them. That's coming from your peer. Don't fall for the mess. Stay focused, believe in yourself, and put the source first.
Yeah.
So, humbleness. Let's talk about that for a
Yeah.
second. You used to have a lot of fights when you were young.
Yeah, when I was young. Yeah.
Right. So, I'm sure you being a boxer, you probably didn't lose very many of them,
Nah,
right?
man, I never lost a street fight. I just used to, even before I was like got super good at boxing. I mean, me and my brother and my cousin, we just used to fight regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So, all us always been like tough boys, and our dads never let us be soft or none of that. We always play like I was playing contact. Like when we from, we don't got flag football.
Right.
Like when you 5 and 6, you playing contact
Right,
football. So
right.
it's different. Like we ain't never been soft or nothing like that. So. Fighting that was just something like we had a problem with a boy. Hey, we just gonna fight. You feel me? Like that's just how we grew up. But
Yeah, and I mean those are old times.
yeah, that was old time. That's when
Yeah.
I was a kid coming up, not knowing like there's more ways to handle stuff. And then I say I probably had my the thing that made me stop having fights. I was in 8th grade. I still got the scar on my hand right now. I had my last street fight. It was after.
Now, were you boxing at this point?
Yeah, I was definitely boxing. I was already a nationally ranked boxer by the time I was 14. I was in 8th grade. It was probably like the third to last day of school. I was walking home, and it was a kid. I mean, everybody at school know I'm a boxer, and I ain't never really had no problems or nothing. But he was in a different grade than me, so he didn't really know. Yeah. No, he was in a younger grade actually.
Oh wow!
But
Trying to make his name.
Yeah, I guess. But he didn't really know.
He didn't know, huh?
Nah, he didn't know. But I won the fight, of course. But I had messed my hand up real bad. I split my hand. It was infected and everything. But then when I came back to boxing, I was rusty and I got beat like bad. Like this, the only fight I could probably say I clearly lost. I was at the Junior Golden Gloves in Las Vegas. That's the only fight I could. A dude named Joe. I remember. Yeah. His name was Joe. Dude was the #1 ranked guy at my weight. I got beat though. That was like probably like my only fight where I can honestly say like I got beat clearly. Like,
well, that's the humility.
Yeah.
You know, because some people get beat still tell themselves they didn't.
Yeah.
You know, and that keeps you there instead of moving forward.
Right.
Yeah. So I get that. So now it's you're a pro.
Yeah.
And you can't touch nobody. You're registered hands, and so how would you handle that now? Someone coming up to you, you know, in a bar, wherever, in the street, whatever, and they're trying to fight you physically. You have to restrain yourself, right?
Definitely. I mean,
Has that happened?
Nah. I mean, I try to avoid like places with those type of crowds, but you know that can happen anywhere,
Right?
Of course. But I mean, I'm much smarter than I was when I was a kid fighting, so
Yeah.
I know a lot of different ways around diffusing conflicts or whatever. But then again, I got my people with me, just not like to saying they gonna do something to them, but like
they ain't gonna let them do nothing to you.
Exactly. So
right,
we be good. I mean, we really don't come around with that type of energy. I feel like anything can happen. Life you're gonna have any just random stuff happen.
Life does happen.
We don't go around with the energy of messing with people, or we not going around trying to be on the scene where we know this type of stuff might happen. We really just be laid back doing stuff like how we doing today, watching a fight.
Right.
Media
amongst
work,
family.
all that type of stuff. So,
well, you had alluded to it earlier that you know it's all about the vibration that you're putting out.
Yeah,
definitely, and it's real. The universe is real.
Yeah,
you put it out there, it's gonna come back.
Right.
So if you put out good energy, you're gonna get good energy back.
Yeah, but at the same time though, like we'll take it like all the way as far as like problems and stuff, so we don't even like indulge in that type of dumb stuff. You feel me?
Right,
like, we don't.
Well, I mean, you have nothing to gain and everything to lose.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, you have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah? You just gonna say it like that? You ain't gonna, you know she's gonna see this.
Yeah, I do.
How long y'all been together?
I ain't gonna say.
Okay. Shout out to the girlfriend.
Yeah, shout out.
Okay. This is kind of random.
Yeah.
St. Louis. I went to this jazz bar in Arlington, Texas. And the proprietors were from St. Louis.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they served turkey ribs.
Yeah. That's a St. Louis thing.
It is. I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
I haven't had it since I've had it there. Now, of course, you think, okay, yeah, well, turkey has ribs.
Right.
But, you know, down south, it just...
Yeah.
And they're big.
Yeah, they are. They are. St. Louis actually got one of the most slept on barbecue cultures. I got an uncle named Red. He got like the biggest barbecue restaurant in
Uncle
St.
Ray?
Yeah, Uncle Red.
Red.
Yeah, Red Barbecue, man. If you ever go to St. Louis, check him out.
Look, and I'm going in with a voucher.
Yeah, definitely.
S3 said, I can call your aunt.
Yeah.
And let's get that
right. Yeah, that's my first uncle, so he's going to look out if you ever come. Yeah.
All right. You got that, producer, back there? Get that. Okay. All right. That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. When you get to where you're going, because you're very confident and I believe in manifestation myself.
I appreciate that.
How are you going to give back?
Man, honestly, I've been giving back even before I got there. So I'm still giving back. I just gave back today. I had a train with the champ class where I'm training adults and kids. I do different stuff. I talk at schools, try to uplift the youth.
Okay.
I be
Yes, sir.
I be doing different stuff, man. Like I got my people with me, like everybody who I started with in St. Louis or who from St. Louis who boxers and all that. Like all my cousins, they here. They got cars now.
Okay.
Some of them got their own apartments here.
Okay.
You know, feel me? Got girlfriends. They pro fights, TCL fights. They
Okay.
making money every week. Like they doing that. I got everybody on track.
Yeah, man, opening the door.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, that's
and
big.
I ain't even there yet. But
Yeah,
we gonna get there though, definitely.
Well, I like to say it's already built.
Right.
You just have to walk to it.
Right.
So you are there.
Yes, sir.
Just keep walking.
Right.
Keep walking to it, brother.
Yes, sir.
Keep walking to it. Let's talk about mom for a second. Is she the squeamish mom that don't want to see her baby get hit, and can you hear her out in the crowd? And oh, my baby!
Nah, definitely not. She been around. I mean, she a mom. She gonna care and be overprotective, but I mean, we just pray a lot. One of my main fight rituals is praying with my mom. We pray a lot of times before I fight, but man, honestly, I mean, she got confidence in me. She know what I can do, and regardless of anything, I've been boxing long, so I know how to defend myself in there. Definitely, not even just saying like on a note. Of course, if I'm going in a fight, I think I can beat the person I'm fighting. But she know I'm a professional, so if I'm not prepared as a professional to be able to defend or take out what I'm giving, then I shouldn't even be in there. So.
Understood. Very professional. Very professional. So here's a hypothetical that we're not putting in the universe or anything, but I'm just curious.
Okay.
Father's leaning on the corner, and he's watching his son, and his opponent's getting the best of his son.
Right.
And you come back to the corner, and you're hurt, and you go back out, and then your opponent's getting the best of you again to the point where your father's thinking, he may hurt my son. He's got that towel.
Yeah.
You know, like the movies do. You look back at him and you say, no!
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
You think that's what you would do?
Definitely. I mean, I'm a fighter. I don't want to go out on my shield if I ever go out. I don't plan on going out on nothing.
He ain't going to let you.
Yeah. But definitely, I mean, I think that, of course, your coach and your trainer, your dad, whoever your coach is, always going to look out for the fighter.
Safety first.
Yeah,
right.
But I'm a real fighter though. Me personally, if I ever was to happen, I'd rather go out. Like, just be saying like, hey, he went out. You know what I'm saying? He got knocked out. All right, whatever. He got caught, but he ain't quit. He ain't get stopped. None of that.
Right. Because those are two different things.
Definitely.
You know, getting stopped is getting stopped.
Yeah,
but getting hurt is something different.
Yeah. If you just get caught, I mean, you can get caught. You know what I'm saying? You can get it back.
Right. Well, that's. I just thought that'd be an interesting thing to see because as a fighter, you're like, hey, I'm going out on my shield.
Right.
I get it. So, do you ever disagree with him with the suggestions that he's giving you in the corner in between rounds? Do you ever have that moment?
Probably in sparring, I'll be telling him, or if he think, because sometimes so basically, it'll just be something like, it won't be like disagreeing. I'm not finna argue with somebody who can see my whole body outside of a ring.
Yes.
They've been watching me box my whole life. So what I'll be doing is telling them something I'm doing, but it look like a certain way.
Right.
So they might say, oh, why you not doing this? Or, come on, man, hurry up and do this. But I'm telling them, hey, look, I'm doing this to set up this, you know?
Right. So
like
it's a
that.
team effort.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So he takes your advice too.
Right, yeah, definitely. So I'm saying, no, calm down. He don't have no power. I'm setting him up because I know when I faint, he gonna jump into this punch. You feel me? Stuff like that.
Yeah. Behind the curtain.
Right.
Behind the curtain with S3.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. That's good stuff.
Yes, sir.
That's good stuff. Brothers and sisters?
Yeah. I got one younger brother, 2 older sisters.
Younger brother?
Yeah.
Gonna be in it?
He actually was a national champion, #1 in the country. He did everything an amateur can do as well. He does music now, but he one of those people that's talented at everything.
Right. Anything he do, he's gonna do
just
well.
good. Like he was
So is he pursuing it professionally?
Definitely, yeah. He got 2 projects out so far. He dropped his latest project, I think, last November, December. It's called ART by Love Weezy, LUVWEZZY.
Okay.
Definitely, he's not just like a rapper or like the shoot 'em up, bang bang type that
Right.
everybody used to. Like this dude, he real. Like you know what I'm saying. He can,
Got some content.
yeah, definitely. He
Got some
got some. He can
substance.
sing. He got like what he's talking about is real stuff. Is
Right. Conscious stuff,
yeah,
huh,
conscious
man?
stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We
I
need
mean,
more of that.
yeah.
We need more, especially from the
Yeah,
youngsters.
and I ain't just gonna say like he like the lyricists like the OGs like, but he just all around. You feel me?
So he's
Like
got a message in the music.
definitely he does, and you'll get to know what type of person he is if you listen to his music. And
Right.
also he's a talented producer. He also coaches me too in boxing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like he like a professional
So
coach.
I was gonna
Yeah,
get to that and ask
yeah.
you who's better.
Oh man, honestly, I honestly say my dad, of course, like he like a coach. I'm not saying like my brother not a real coach, but my dad a coach, and he like got more experience than my brother. And he older, of course, and he coached us. But as far as like knowledge, like my brother know a lot about boxing.
So
Like
he's a student of the
he
game.
definitely a student of the game. He know more about boxing than I be knowing sometimes.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Right. Well, but like you said, some people are just anything that they access, they just get the best of it. You know?
right, right,
Yeah, I
right.
get that. I get that. I get that. Um, so you guys, let's back up for a second. You said when y'all migrated here, you had said you alluded to your cousin that you stayed with, Killer.
This is a nickname. My cousin Killer.
So who is your cousin Killer?
Right here.
See, look, that is so good. We didn't know that.
Yeah,
We didn't
everybody
know
call me
that.
Killer.
Okay.
This like,
I ain't gonna even ask why. Okay.
yeah. I don't even know. He my cousin, but I'm his second cousin. Like he my dad cousin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Well, I like that man.
yeah,
You know, I have love for that man, and I haven't known him long, but you know, sometimes you just know when you meet someone, they are what you're meeting at that first time, and it
right.
doesn't change. You
Yeah.
know, and he's big on mentoring, and so I'm sure he's looked out for you too, and make
Mm.
sure that you stay straight, and you know, give you the
Yeah,
solid
he be doing
counsel.
a lot of PR stuff, getting me into schools, talking to people,
Yeah, see, that's what
everyday
he's
advice. He
about.
raised two daughters. Like he probably one of the best fathers I know.
Hmm.
I actually got a daughter too. That's a
Okay.
baby, but I mean, I look up to Killer in a lot of ways, though.
Okay. So
He,
you have a daughter,
yeah,
and how old?
9 months now.
9 months.
Yeah, 9 months. Uh,
9 months.
yeah,
So you were sitting on that edge of that bed one day. You said, "Man, I'm gonna make a lot of money.
yeah.
What can I do to spend that right now?"
For real, honestly, man, I had a fight in Dallas. Um, just having too much fun. For real.
Well,
That's
you
for real.
know,
Yeah,
everything happens like it's supposed to happen.
exactly.
And me having a daughter, I know that feeling, man. It makes you automatically, instantly feel that. Man, I got to get my stuff together. I
Yeah,
got to
definitely.
make sure I have this and
Yeah,
that. Yeah, man. So,
yeah.
hey, man, congratulations,
Thank
brother.
you. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Like with that, I got my first apartment and everything like
Okay.
that this year. It's been going good. It's been going good
Trending
so
in the
far.
right direction,
Yes,
growing in
sir.
the right
Yes,
direction.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, let's go ahead and let's fast forward with this fight after your third fight
Mm,
with the gentleman that's getting his paperwork together.
mm.
Have you guys projected anything past that?
World title next year.
World title next year.
Yeah,
World title
yeah. World title.
with world class.
World class.
Speaking of, I'm sure, have you sparred with some world class?
I was born world champion, so I was a teenager. Like I was
Give me
an
some
amateur.
names.
Tony Harrison, Sean Porter, Maurice Hooker.
Hmm.
Uh, I forgot the Russian guy name. He the WBC champion at 154, 18. I think he 20-1 with 19 knockouts.
The Russian.
Yeah, Russian. Ukrainian. Yeah, Ukrainian guy. He from Ukraine. My
And
bad.
so, and to be even invited to that, then they have to know that you have something.
Definitely, I was the number one amateur at my weight class when I was an amateur. So
So, an amateur, were you middleweight?
I was fighting. I never fought above 152 pounds as an amateur.
So, currently, are you middleweight or
Yeah.
super middleweight?
Man, this fight is gonna be a super middleweight. I
And
plan
what
on
is the pound? At what pound?
168 is super.
Okay,
160
168.
is just middleweight. I
Okay.
plan on campaigning at both, but I think I want to win the title at 60 which is middleweight, then go to super middle, win the title, then 75 towards the end of my career.
Okay. So do you cut a lot of weight now?
Now I'm pretty disciplined as far as weight. I mean, of course, you're going to have to cut some weight.
Right. What do you walk around at?
Probably like, probably like, I'd say like, when I'm not training, I
And
say
eating
like,
McDonald's and all that?
I probably like 180.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
Okay. And you fight at once. You're going to be fighting at 168.
Yeah.
What's that, 12 pounds?
Yeah.
That ain't bad.
There's nothing at all. Yeah. Especially when I'm training. I mean, I'm probably like 4 pounds within weight right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're definitely, man, going to keep our eye on you.
Yes,
So
sir.
now, because now I feel like I'm fam. You invited me into the house. So
Yes, sir.
you can't get rid of us now.
Yes, sir.
Marvel Not Network's going to be behind you, too.
Thank you.
You can believe that.
Appreciate
We're going to
it.
definitely be behind you, rooting for you. And not really rooting for you because you need it.
Right.
But just because we know where you're going to go.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all for having me on y'all platform as well.
Hey, man, we're going to have you back.
Yes, sir.
Whenever you have something to say, because like you said, you want to give.
Right.
When you want to do that, we are more than willing to open up a platform for you to do that.
All right.
Because we believe in S3. We believe in Squirm.
Yes, sir.
All right?
I appreciate it.
Hey, man, appreciate you letting us interview you, man.
Yes, sir.
Because it was definitely a pleasure. Very mannerable young man, very confident, and that's what you need, not only in sports, but in this life.
Right.
So thank you, brother.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
And now there you have it. S3, remember that name. Top prospect, top contender, future world champion. So we would like for you, if you enjoyed this, to please always remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Marvel Not Network. I'm Keith Robinson.